back with my Positivity is a Muscle series. So last week I asked you guys what you would like to hear about, and maybe specific situations that you've been in where you struggled to be positive and so needed some real life scenarios played out and how I would have handled them and what to do in those situations. So I got a lot of responses, and so I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of those. And they kind of all have a little bit of a common theme. So basically, I got lots of questions of how do you stay positive when you have a broken heart? Or how do you stay positive when you didn't get the job or the promotion? Or how do you stay positive when you totally bombed a presentation or a test or something big like that? Or how do you stay positive when you've been working out so hard and that number on the scale isn't changing? Or how do you just stay positive when you've given it your all and you just came up short? So what all those things had in common, I was thinking about which one should I talk about, and I decided I'm just going to talk about them all because they all have a common theme of failure. So in all those situations, the reason why you're having a hard time staying positive is because you feel like you failed. So the relationship didn't work out and you're heartbroken, but it's a failed relationship. And so yes, obviously you're going to mourn, but what's really probably bothering you, a lot of it, is that you failed at something. And, so you didn't get the job, so it looks like a failure to you. So what we have to do to stay positive in those situations, and obviously, like I always say, please feel what you need to feel at that time, but then get back to the positive, because it's not good to bottle everything in. So if you are sad, it's okay to cry, or if you're upset, it's okay to vent, but give it that moment and move on. All right, so what we need to retrain our brains on is failure is not a bad thing. So failure is a stepping stone to success, and it's a pathway to get you to success. It means that you were trying something and you put yourself out there and you're making progress towards something great, even if it doesn't seem like that now. Because of that, you are smarter, you are stronger, you know now what didn't work to be able to improve yourself or whatever situation. And then in the future, you'll be able to use that towards success and happiness. So people always, and I am one too, I am a perfectionist. And so this is really hard for me, and it's something I've always struggled with since I was a little kid, is that I always needed to be perfect. And so failure is just like, oh my God, no. Like that word just like rings through my brain and just such negative things. And so I had to really train myself, and it's still a work in progress, but I had to train myself that failure is not a bad thing. Failure can be a really good thing, because what's worse, okay? You could sit there and wish for things and really hope that things are going to work out or really want to do something, but never try it. So you have no idea if you were going to succeed or fail. Or you could try it and maybe you fell on your face, but you know what? You can get back up and keep moving forward. So it's a much better position to be in to just try it and don't be afraid of that word failure. So we need to just retrain that failure is not a bad thing. You're failing forward. That's a term I had heard, I had read a book about, and it's really a cool concept, and it trains you that every failure is a pathway to success, and every failure is a stepping stone, so you shouldn't consider it to be something so negative and something that brings you down so bad. Just take a look at the situation and say, okay, well, that didn't work. So how am I going to make it better next time? How am I going to rock that job interview next round? Or how am I going to make that next relationship really work? What was good? What was bad? So all of those situations that you guys are talking about, it really is just you're learning a life lesson from them, and you're using that towards your future. Or maybe you're not doing that now, but that's what you should be doing. That's how you stay positive about it. So you don't want to live in the past and just focus on the things that went wrong and just focus on that failure word. You want to be failing forward and taking those lessons that you learned, applying them to your life so that you will have success next time and you will be positive. So I had read that every really successful, like really, really successful person has failed more times than they've been successful. But what they've done is they put themselves out there and they've stayed positive, knowing that something good would happen if they kept trying and kept learning from their mistakes. So don't beat yourself up and think that you failed and life is over and you're so negative and upset. Don't think of that as a bad word. All right, so that's what I had for you guys today. Just a little snippet on that. I love that you all were asking me questions. So if you have more real life situations that you would like me to talk about, I have a few ideas of my own that I'll throw in there too. But if there's something you really are struggling with, I'm always here to help with that. And I bet you anything other people are too. And I'd love to share it with everyone. So work on those positivity muscles. Failure is not a bad word, all right? So fail forward. All right, everyone, have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.